Right. Okay. One second. Okay. Sorry. I forgot I was wearing my ski mask. That's for another job. That I do. I got some fan mail. I thought I'd open it with you. What's this? Story. That's me. I'm not used to people worrying about me. A friend of mine was just checking up on me. That's pretty neat. Okay. Dear Story. That's me. Your music and stuff really helped me learn how to mow the lawn and pump my own gas. That's great. Do you ever have plans to going back to mowing lawns like you did when you were 15 years old? Thank you from Low on Low the lowest part of Antarctica, 2024. Signed, Toby. Toby? No. No. Great question. Am I gonna, now that I'm moving to Antarctica, hold on a second. Now that I'm moving to Antarctica, are you going to make music still? And I have a pre-written answer. Oh heck yeah, I'm writing the new album right now. Devil made me do it. Somebody just drew me a picture and mailed it to me. No address or anything. I don't know how it even got here. That's cool though. It looks just like me. Huh. That's not... Look at this little feller. Look at that little feller. Okay. Some kind of greeting card. Okay. Well, this letter is from little Billy Higgins. From Lamppost Lane 33, Dorothea, Toronto. 752. Let's see what little Billy Higgins has to say. Oh, he drew me a picture as well. Where do I begin? Burgers, beer, babes. This is getting good. It might get you into heaven, but humor gets you nowhere. Huh. That's it. No money or anything. No money. If you're gonna say something so short, Billy, you could have at least sent like 25 cents for my time. At any rate, I thought that was gonna be a bit more interesting. It's okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? How do you even pronounce that? It's a great name. Hi, Sarah. What, these old things? I made everything. I made the air, I made the water, I made the light, I made the darkness, I made the evil, I made the good, you made the bad, you made the wise, you made the lonely, you made the happy. That's right, I made it all. And I made it all for you. It's true, he did. Don't even think he didn't. I know, buddy. Where's your nose at? It's around here somewhere. There you go. Thank you, Story. I really appreciate that. While I have your ear, everybody, Story's gonna play a song. Bum 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 bum. I wish it would change on its own. I like he can put his tongue out. I made him with an egg, an 18, an egg crate carton. Do they call them cartons? Yada 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 yada. Which brings me to my next point, friends. Never go to Dimension 2. Never go to Dimension 2. Anyways, just don't go there and everything will be fine. Oh, gosh, alright. I thought I might draw for a bit. Actually, to answer your question, friend. This painting right here, if you can see it. Can you see it? Here. This painting over here. Don't. She's sleeping. This is by my friend Samuel Dinkowitz. He has a channel on here called Spectravagasm. You should go over there and check it out. Maybe even fucking subscribe to his channel. You know, he's a really, really funny dude, and he deserves the world, just like all of you do. Who do? You do. We do? Yes, you do. This is my grandfather. He was an artist. He taught me how to draw hands and made sure that I remembered to draw necks. Apparently I didn't draw necks on people when I was like 3, and he got pissed off. And he said, "God damn it, boy, if I don't see you drawing necks on people, I'm gonna whip your fucking ass." And I said, "Goo goo gaga, gaga goo goo," because I was like 3 years old and shit. But no, he taught me how to draw hands, and he said I could draw. He said he complimented. I remember like 3 compliments the man ever gave me, and one of them at the year of the age of 20 told me that I was good enough to be an artist. That was 25 years ago. He was a really hard dude, but like he said that I was good enough at like 20, but he also complimented me on my hands. He said I could draw hands really well, and that at the time I was just like, it was like the first time my bro called me dude. I was just like, whoa, called me dude. And that was probably like 1989 or something like that. Anyways, but yeah, my friend Sam painted this. He gave it to me. I painted this. I pretty much did everything else. Except for this. My friend Ellen painted the little boy. If you can see it. Let me see if I'm trying to catch up to my little phone monitor thing. When I can, yeah, you can see it. Sort of like a little boy. She gave me this. It was white behind him. He was just sort of sitting there in a sea of white. Or whatever color this was. She actually had it like a blue that kind of went into a white behind him or something. But I drew all this stuff. It's paper. It's watercolor. So it's not canvas. But she gave me this, and she's like, you can draw something around him or something. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I did. And I think I used Sharpie. To do it. Or Sharpay. Just makes it sound like fine art, you know? But I always like this one. I can't believe it's still intact. I think there's a hole in it. So yeah, a little hole right here. But it's, yeah, she stretched the paper and everything. Super easy and fun to draw on. I'm a big fan of watercolors. I'm a little bit sluggish. I'm not feeling so well today. Cover your ears just for a second. I'm just gonna lower the camera for you. I have it. My tripod is a music stand, so I can swivel it around and raise it up and down, but it's a little bit old. Hi, C+. I hope you're doing well. Good to see that little face. Brightens my whole damn place. So I was thinking, this thing needs like eyebrows, obviously, or eyelids or some shit. And maybe I do something with these to make them look less like big wieners sticking out of just growing out of the dirt. You know what I was thinking would be funny? To create a character called Draw Binks. And it's just like a little dorky kid or something like that, or a person that's like adult. Doesn't matter. I'm not an ageist or anything like that. Although I do prefer people that have age about them. You know, age. It's what's for dinner. You know, age is good. Age is like wine. You know. I don't know what. I'm having some kind of fever dream fit over here, friends. Just ignore me. But I think Draw Binks would be a funny like character to like. I was thinking that could be upside down. I can draw eyeballs. I can draw eyeballs in here. Watch, and then it can be Draw. It's Draw Binks. Or they should do that where everybody dresses like Draw Binks or whatever, and then at a bar, but everybody's drawing. Excuse me. Everybody's dressed like Jar, and they're drawing at a bar, but and the event is called Draw Drinks. That's real. Oh my god, that's horrible. Because oh my gosh, it doesn't even make sense. But I love it. I fucking love it. And I love all of you. C+, how the heck are you? I hope you're still there. Are you guys still planning on digging out that hole that you guys put out in front of me on Moonbase 14? Or at least filling it in, because the rover that I've been using, it has to jump over like 16 moon inches just to get over that fucking hump. And like you guys promised that was going to be done last week over on Moonbase 12. And I honestly don't know why everybody's been ignoring Moonbase 13 so much lately. I mean, we do so much. And we ask for so little and we still get nothing. I think Moonbase 1 has a fucking stick up their ass or something. I just don't even understand anymore. But at any rate, we need that crater filled in, like pronto, Buckaroo. We're running out of oxygen really quick. We only have about six hours of oxygen left, so if you guys could bring some oxygen tanks, that'd be pretty cool too. Appreciate it. See, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but see, me and C Plus here, we go back. We seriously go back quite far. At least like what is it, C Plus? Like last Tuesday or something like that. Holy shit! How much you can learn about somebody in 36 hours. I tell you, I shit you. I tell you what, I shit you not. I kid you, shit you up this creek without a shithole paddle. I'm not gonna lie. It's dangerous. It's forbidden. Terrifying work that we have to do up here on the moon. And gravity doesn't even work the same up here. You know, it makes us pronounce things differently, and our accents go in and out all the time. And it gets pretty lonely. That's why I have to use terms like Sharpay, papel, flesh instead of skin, this sort of stuff. You know, just to throw off the sensors, and that way the robots won't. They can't listen. They can't listen if we're making shit up. They can't make sense of it. We figured it out. Okay. Just hold on, bitches. Hold on. We're all in this together. Just grin and bear it. All right now. Accent out. All right, everybody. So, yeah. So I don't know if C Plus got that last transmission, but still waiting on a response. I often wonder where you go at night. What do you do? Where are you going? Who are you? What are you wearing? It's kind of cold out. You ever think about putting something on? Yeah, that's right, baby. Put that shit on. Good and slow like. Put that warm shit on and get some food in your belly and become happy and happy. Happier and happier and content with your own bad self. Or your own good self, for that matter. It's good to see people evolve into more evil creatures. Better evil. More secretive. Camouflage. Anyways, yes. Jaw droppings right there. And I'm gonna drink in his honor. And in his flesh. Don't know what I just drank, but not bad. All right. Oh gosh. Does anybody have any questions? I certainly do.
How about you?
No? Me? How about you? Back there? No?
Oh, we're good.
Okay. Questions. So many questions. Fucking questions. So many goddamn questions. I don't know which way to go. I don't care, but it's like up there. Hey, how about that? Do y'all like apples? Do you do like phrases with the word apple in it? Because I was gonna say, how about them apples? Unless you were allergic to phrases with the word apple in it, I'll say that all night long, baby. I'm here to impress. I'm here for a short, long, well, not a short smile. Or what are they? I always forget that. Somebody told me that once, and I didn't believe them, so I made them prove it. And unfortunately, they died. They died. They pretty much they fucking died. I wonder if they were able to tell me what it was actually like, what they would say. And they would just probably say the same thing I would. Like, who gives a shit? You know? Fuck. Who really gives a fuck? All that matters is that you're true to yourself and you're the best liar that you can possibly be. Amen. That's all. That's all I'm getting at. If you're gonna lie to the world, lie to them with confidence, you know? Be the best liar that you can be. And that's where being a creative comes in. Just lie to everybody every day. Hey, how you doing today? And you just gotta be like, good? I'm good. When you're not. This is something that all creatives and muggles have to deal with from time to time. Muggles not so much, because their anti-creative minds usually just block out any sort of I'm just joshing, making shit up. I'm a little delirious because I do have some kind of a head cold going on, and I stubbed my toe earlier last week, which means that I couldn't go to work for 3 days, and I've been bedridden, like Homeboy in Misery, that movie Misery, tied to the bed, and Annie's coming in with the sledgehammer, if you know what I mean, putting that log between my ankles, and she's gonna break off my goddamn feet, kind of thing. It was that bad. It was that bad. I called the cops. I mean, there was a fucking toe SWAT team here and everything with little nail clippers and shit. They thought they were coming here for a hangnail, but that's something far worse, my friends. And I think the little bastard bruised. I didn't mean to put the whole county through it, but they talked it down and prevented it from jumping. Because if it's gonna jump, it's gonna take me with it. It's a fucking goddamn toe. It's the big one. It's the big fucking toe. Fucking toes, man. And after that, it was just fine. Everybody was cool, and we all had lunch. By that time it was brunch, technically, but actually, hypothetically, technically, Terry, you would know this. Brunch is only on Sundays, technically. So whenever people say I'm out to brunch, you're like, oh, it's not Sunday, bitch. Get technical, you little bitch. Oh gosh. I hope nobody that I love is watching this, because that'd be embarrassing. Or if anybody, hey Terry, when we go live, can you just let me know, because I can't even read your guys' cute card. What are you doing? What is that motion that you're giving me the word live right now thing? But I thought this was just a rehearsal, not a dry rehearsal. It's dry rehearsal. Well, it's not dry anymore, man. You're telling me that we're live right now? Okie dokie. Hey, hello, friends. Okie dokie. Hey, Passer. I mean, hey, yeah, we've been live. We're live. Hey. How's it going down in southern Canada down there? Ow. My shoulder is still injured from that bullfight last week, man. I don't know what you were thinking, dragging me to Argentina, but god damn, you put me through the ringer. That masseuse was, hey Luna, what the hell? Everybody's coming and going. I didn't want to leave it at everybody's coming, because I didn't know what to say after that, so I said going too, because that sounded more appropriate somehow. Or it changed the subject just enough to Anywho, yeah, balls to the wall. Bullfights in Argentina. Luna, we were scouring the subways in New York City just a few weeks ago too. What the hell? How are you doing? I can't believe we went 2 miles down. 2 miles, and we were still able to breathe and see just fine. I mean, the inner Earth is just the most beautiful place, especially below Manhattan. Below Grand Central, there is a universe of wonder and just a delightful time for everybody. If you think about it, you just grab a little piece of stardust and you're on your way. And gosh, holy moly, I still feel lighter than a feather. I don't know about you, Luna, but I do. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are crazy. And when I say guys, I mean that I don't mean that in like a humanoid way. I mean that in the way that the people down underneath the earth taught us. So I'm not trying to get like our two languages mixed up or like convoluted, because the language of the inner earth is, there's just something about it for me that I just want to keep pure. Because I'm a pure, don't get me wrong, I'm a pure blood Americanized countrified motherfucker, but like red, white, and blue, true to the heart. Stab me in the chest, shove me off a cliff and blow me up with the fucking missile shit. You know what I'm saying? American true blood, right here. True blood, patriot, American, fucking blow me up with a fucking pipe whistle. I don't give a fuck, America. You know what I'm saying? But I love the inner earth. It's, I would probably leave America. I would probably leave America. Terry, I'm just like, I'm whispering this. You think they can still hear me? Okay, he's giving me the don't say that, even if you're saying it quiet. Look. So, sorry. Man, soda water even tastes different up here. Oh, gosh. Morlocks. All day. Well, it certainly is. Unfortunately, we had to lighten the load on the way over here, so little Jimmy had to take a ride down the hillside. So, but it's cool because I got his mask. I think I'm just gonna take over his shift and start fighting crime in his neck of the woods too, because he was okay, but I was getting some complaints about him. He was being a little bit too aggressive with the gangbangers. I kept telling him, always try bananas, but he never listened. He always went with cucumbers, and you can't walk up to a bunch of gangbangers on a corner with a bundle of cucumbers in your hands. You just can't do it. Believe me, I have tried. I've tried in New York. I've tried in Compton. I've tried on the streets of Hollywood. I've tried on the Hollywood stars, on the walk of fame and love and glory. Um, Fuck the universe, amen. But still, little Jimmy died. Huh? Terry? Oh, Terry's in my ear. He didn't die? Oh, I could have sworn. Okay. Oh, sorry, correction, folks. Jimmy didn't die. He's in many pieces, but he's okay. Yeah, Terry's talking in my ear about what? Okay. Okay, thanks, Terry. I love you too. Okay. Okay. Terry's gonna step out for a minute and go get some tea. If anybody wants some tea. But yeah, I got his mask, so I guess I don't have to take over his shift. I was kind of hoping to, because he has the good one. He gets to go fight crime in Beverly Hills. It's really great. It's mostly just doing a bunch of drugs with rich people. Get a lot of commissions that way. From what I've heard. And that's that. So how's everybody else going? Doing? Oh, thanks. It's all uphill from here. Uphill? It's all uphill. It's all uphill from here. It's all uphill. It's really neat. That was like my only that was like my thing that I was like shooting for. And because I'm not like I'm not trying to like push too much when it comes to that stuff, but it was definitely a milestone that I was working towards. And there's a lot more that I have to do to be eligible for all sorts of other things, but that's one thing down, and I'm like, that was like the main thing. I was like, I'm like fucking proud of I can just sit back and be proud of myself for a minute. But then I hear Han Solo up top going, "Don't get cocky, kid." Oh shit, the dog just heard me. Um, but no, it is cool. And like I said earlier, I went live earlier, and I was thinking, everybody, because it's not just me that did it. It was everybody that supports me and that hang out, that I don't know, shares their world with me, or allows me into theirs too. You know, I always say people come into my world or come into my universe by coming here, but I'm going into yours as well. You know, and it's an interesting world because of that. Because like Joel and I was talking about we're gonna go live tomorrow on Instagram. I think me and Joel again, if I'm feeling up to it. My body hurts. But we were talking about how it's just hard to like, it's an interesting thing like having to deal with like a chat and do this kind of stuff at the same time. Because I love engaging with people and stuff, but then all it takes is like one person to kind of like a Buzz Killington or something like that to come out of the woodwork and just be like a little worm about everything. And you're just like, man. And I so just want to write a sketch about that, like so bad. I think it'd be kind of funny. Maybe I just don't want to write. I don't want to sit down and write anything. It's almost like the Truman Show or something, where if I do anything creative, I want it to be like live or something. Because just documenting it isn't good enough anymore. There's a certain amount of, I would say, like gratification that comes with these live streams, especially when I'm doing the art, because for a long time, you know, like art, even as a kid. I mean, so I'm sure every artist is the same, where they can do. We're multifaceted. It's not like we have like one brain and kind of thing, where even like, and one artist has several disciplines, obviously, right? People play music, they paint, they act, whatever, all the stuff. So I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said before, but for me personally, it's been interesting just watching my own journey when it comes to all this stuff, because as a kid, I was so shy that sitting down at recess with a piece of paper and a pencil or something and just drawing, and I was like my way of putting feelers out. And I would sit down and I would do the and like sit down with my legs crossed or whatever, and would just start drawing. And then eventually, like one kid would just be running by, and then they would like stop and come back and be like, "Whoa!" And then another kid, and then another kid, until there was like 15 kids surrounding me, like watching me draw, and it was just like, "Whoa!" There's all these fucking kids around me. And like I've said before on this channel, like usually, they all stick around for a second or two, and then the bell rings, and then they all run away. But then there's like one of them that stays, and they're like the one that became like my best friend for like as long as I was at that school or something. Because I always had like one good friend where I told everything to. And there were times in my life when I had like a core group of people, I would say. And those were wonderful times, when like when you're out doing stuff and you're getting ready to do something stupid, or something as stupid is about to happen to you, but your buddy catches it, make sure you don't step in it or whatever, whatever that is. Like people are just around you that care about you and they watch your back, Not in a violent way or anything like that necessarily, but just in general, just general ways. Like if you're getting ready to cross the street and the car's coming, they just grab your shirt, hold your back, kind of stuff. Like I'm not talking like jumping people or something. um, I never know, because I grew up in a weird area where people did do that shit. So luckily, I only got jumped once, but it was enough to knock my fucking tooth out. Or as the kids say, meth these days. Crystal. Yeah, crystal in the form of a fucking fist coming right at me. In the dark. Ow. Thrown by a coward. That I still fantasize about hurting. But then that stupid better part of me has to be like, no, that guy has suffered enough. He'll suffer enough in his own time. I needed that punch in the mouth. I needed to have this missing tooth. This shit humbled me like nothing else. And I have a fake tooth that I can put in, so it's like, it doesn't matter too much. I just can't eat with that fake thing in there, so I have to take it out. I think I've told this story before, but right after it happened, I moved to Portland. It was in 2006 that I lost my tooth. 4th of July, 2006. And we moved to Portland a little bit after that. And I used to drink pretty good and walk around downtown. And there was this little I think it was a little Chinese place, something. But they did like a happy hour. And I went there once or twice with my buddies, and then one night I was on my own, like after work, but I was like shit-faced. I was hungry. And I remember that this little place, I went in there and like ordered some food and stuff, or they had happy hour at like weird hours too or something, but I went there and I just was drunk. And I used to wear my tooth a lot at first when I moved to Portland. And I would put it in a cup, I would put my flipper and everything right in a cup of water to keep it safe and to keep it from drying out too. You're supposed to keep your dentures and shit like that in water or whatever. So I did that, but she was clearing off the table and I was so drunk I didn't even like realize it, but she took my fucking cup and the cup with my tooth in it, and she took it to the kitchen and she fucking put it in the dishwasher. She didn't even like pour the water down the drain, which was good for me because I went back there. She was like, I told her, I'm like, hey, after I realized it, I like went back to the kitchen and I'm like, hey, Mike, you took my tooth. I was like showing her my mouth and she's like, oh my gosh. And she didn't speak good English, but like, I like went, like, she was like trying to find it in the dishwasher until I was like, would you mind if I look? Because I worked in kitchens. I was a dishwasher at the time I did that. So it wasn't like I was like some uptight person. Like I wasn't being a dick or anything either. I was like laughing. It was pretty funny. And then I found it and it was totally fine. It was still it was like in a bunch of garbage, like napkins and lemon peels and shit like that. But I took it out and like washed it in the sink and then put it in, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it's still okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's fine, thank you." I just couldn't believe it was still in one piece because those things are pretty fragile. So that was one of those stories that I thought was kind of funny. But then eventually, when it hurts me to wear those things because my other 3 front teeth are messed up and they get really sore really easily. So I yeah, that's right. When I went and applied for the dishwashing job at this cafe that I would end up working at for the next 3 years in Portland, I went into the interview without my fake tooth in. That way, if I got the job, I would feel totally comfortable not wearing my front tooth, and I got hired. And I didn't wear my flipper for like 2 years or something like that I lived there. And I started drawing comic books again about Story Grub and like the Adventures of Story Grub kind of stuff in Portland, and I'd draw a Story Grub with like an Exxon hat on because I wore an Exxon hat for some reason. And then I drew him without a tooth as well. So in the end, it sort of just became my trademark. So when people make fun of me for it, it's just like, wow, that was like, it's been like 17 years. And the only reason I don't have a fucking permanent one or anything like that is because I can't afford this shit. So it's like, it's just the most fucked up thing to make fun of somebody based on their looks, or like just to poke, just to find the only thing that you got like Skin shit. You got skin, you fucking pussy, you fucking evildoer. That's how it sounds to me, anyways. Because it humbled me in such a way. I mean, I was always sort of just a little bit different than most people, I guess. But I don't know. I've had tons of friends like this that would just like can just sit down with anybody and talk. And when I would drink in Portland, I would just end up sitting with like homeless people for like hours and just or like old people sitting outside of old folks' homes. I'd just be walking by and they'd be like, "Do you have a cigarette, son?" And then like 3 hours later, I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you want to come upstairs?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, thanks." I don't want to do any like old folk sexual jokes right now because that never happened. But no, like I end up having like the greatest conversations with people, and like we never. The funny thing about that kind of stuff is like you never in real life you don't ever talk about like the things that everybody acts like they talk about on social media. Like in real life, when you're out there talking to strangers and shit, or just homeless people in general, they're not talking about that bullshit that's on the nightly news or fucking that kind of all that nonsense. You know, they're talking about the important stuff, like ice cream and cigarettes or something. You know, just getting through the day, or just like they're just everybody's just a person, just trying to get to their destination. Some of us are distracted. Some of us are in tune. But we're all in it together. And that's a beautiful thing. Because that way we can all be charged as co-conspirators. Yeah. And that's what Kurt Cobain meant by I'll take all the blame. Yeah. You guys can take all the blame. And I'll go shark free. You know that there's a like Shark Week, whatever. Did you know that there's a Shark Week? Yeah. It's right after the holidays. It's like Shark Week. It's like for a whole week, everybody has the sharks. Top of the sharks. Oh, good. I passed out earlier. I went off my stream and then I just went inside and fell asleep for a while. I woke up and I thought it was like I was out of sorts. I still am. Thank you for that nice comment. Pica de Socials. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate the opportunity that you have given me to try and pronounce your name improperly. As a human, I will be the first to let you know that I have done that from time to time. And there's a song that I want to sing you. And it goes a little something like this. Okay. Peek a daddy says so. Peek a daddy says so. That's pretty much it. I wrote that song back in 1973. Probably long before you were ever born, Picadilly Cecils. I just love your goddamn name. I'm gonna sing it all day, sing it all night, sing it on the alley with the river hair around. Sing it in the alley during a hurricane, alright? That's what it's gonna be. That's what those lyrics are gonna be, just for you. Because my love is like a hurricane. And you are giving me the chills. Sorry. That one didn't come out right. That was super creepy, and I do apologize. But, so it goes. I should be going in there and sleep, but then I'd lay there and then it hurts my back. And now the left, oh my gosh. Ugh, I can't even burp properly. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I've just got some kind of sickness. I mailed out my commission to Mantooth today, and I feel so much better. I got a picture of it, so I'll share it to my community page so everybody can see it. I'm pretty sure I drew pretty much the entire thing live. Well, I love you. How about them apples? Seriously, what did you think of the apples? I sent you some about 3 weeks ago. I never heard anything. I mean, I grew those goddamn things, and I thought that at least I'd get a thank you note or something. Or maybe even a fuck you note for all that matter. I don't even know. But to get nothing, I just assume that something crawled up my ass and died or something to make you not want to give me a ring or a dang on ling ring. And just let me know how things are going. Maybe let me know how those little apples treat you. If they gave you a sour stomach, that's also important news because I need to tell people. There's several people that I need to warn in case you did get sick. I don't want anybody else to get sick around here, so you need to tell me about them apples, okay? I need to know, and I need to know right now about them bloody fucking apples. I feel better now. I'm sorry. I feel better. I do. I feel quite better. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Terry, can you hold the cue cards up? Just a little bit higher, Terry. Thank you. Well, I'm not asking much. Just hold the bloody things up. Whose blood is it on there, by the way? Whose blood is that on the cue cards? No? Not yours? Strange. Mystery, right? You like your job, Terry. Do you like... Well... You're not acting like it. Sorry, folks. Terry's my road producer. He's quite awful at his job, but I love the bloody bloke. More like a bloody joke. No, I mean, I didn't... Just kidding, buddy. Please don't leave. Not again. Not again. Has anybody ever seen the movie Dog Soldiers? It's quite a good movie. It's brilliantly quite a good movie. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Bloody good. Now that's a bloody good time. Bunch of dog soldiers running around doing dog shoulder shit. Who taught these dogs? Who let the dogs out? Am I right? Okay. Tough crowd. I gotta bring out the big guns. Does anybody like Legos? No? Okay. Shit. I dropped the ball. Damn it. I had my chance and I blew it. Maybe the next one I can green it. I'll green it next time. I blew it one time. I was wrong one time. Well, darling, come back to me on horseback and let's go for a ride. A ride in the darkness, a ride in the forest of death. Baby, what is that thing trying to steal your last breath? It's a fucking demon running now, running on horses, running horseback. Out of this fire, out of this motherfucking crazy ass place. Sorry, folks, I was just countrified freestyling there. It's hard when you're raised, when you're raised in the hood and the country, and nowhere. As little Billy Higgins wrote me, and told me, he said, "Story, how come you're such a horrible liar?" And I asked him straight up. I said, "Is it that you think I'm horrible at lying, or is that you think I'm horrible and a liar?" Because, you know, I need to know that in order to answer that question, honestly. And he never. That was 14 years ago. He hasn't responded. So, Billy, if you're watching, you're probably not so little anymore. You know where I live, little Billy. You know where I live. Billy? Or is it Bill now? Or William, perhaps? You think I'm scared, Billy? Little Billy Higgins? More like little bastard. Some bitch. Trying to... Right. Get on. Hold on. There we go. Nah, he's a good kid. He didn't mean nothing by it. I'm the one that was in the wrong. Darn it. But I've learned my lesson now, Billy. Just so you know. I'm much better for it now, Billy. Or if it is William or Bill, I didn't mean nothing by that either. You little son bitch. You know how it gets. And you know how it got. So just get over it, you little shit. Or don't. Whatever, it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you. You're gonna do whatever you want. Yeah. Get off my lawn and tell me everything I did wrong. Well, folks, I'm gonna go stick needles in my back, I think. What I do is I put nails on a wall facing out, and then I just like back into them. And I think that's how acupuncture is done. So I'm gonna go do that. And just wanted to say hi. And hope everybody's safe and sound out there. You be good now. You take care of each other. Thanks for the kind words. Bye-bye. I love y'all. Bye, Pastor. Bye, Lady Luna.